Hey, what's up, Darts here. Watching the watchers now. I just did a comment readout in the last video and spoke in more detail about this and how I feel about this topic of transhumanism, keeping people alive that would normally die naturally, keeping them alive with machines, and the whole transhumanism agenda, how this girl with no heart storyline connects directly to that. But I want to read this comment from Revelation. Watching the watchers, wow. And I thought being born with almost a dead liver was bad. And it had to be replaced. I was also being monitored under a baby incubator for months. But my parents went through hell in order to get me out of there. It literally sounded like a scene from a movie. And that's why I keep it mostly private. But long story short, I was born in Turkey at the Umut Hastain. And when I was born, my dad disappeared for a couple of months, and my mum wasn't able to leave and had to somehow pay it off. So she had to work there without her being able to see me, and mop the floors, even though she was really hurt after giving birth to me. They basically put things in front of the window view so my mum couldn't see me, unless she paid the hospital bills. Wow, really? But my weird dad came back and paid it off with a fake cheque to get me out of there. And this was back in the early 2000s. And the nurse knew that something wasn't right. Yet my mum told me that she gave her eye to leave and to take me with her because she handed me to my mum. Because I think she knew what was going on. Sorry, what was that? She gave her eye away. In 2000, and the nurse knew that something wasn't right. Yet my mum told me that she gave her the eye to leave and to take me with her because she handed me to my mum. Because I think she knew what was going on, since my mum told me that my friend of my dad, who was giving her the cheque, was behaving really suspicious and nervous. But my mum has thanked that nurse for as long as I can remember. So did the nurse give her eye away? I'm a little bit confused. You need to do a longer comment. I know this comment's long as it is. My mum thanked the nurse for as long as I can remember. And I feel like I was a huge headache for my parents. But yeah, it is definitely weird. And I'm sure that they probably figured out that the cheque was fake. But my parents moved out of there. And they were never found or anything. God be with this precious daughter, because it's not her fault to be born without a heart. My situation isn't even comparable to her. I mean, being born without a heart, at least she has the opportunity to live through an external pumping machine, and I hope one day she will have a real heart. Edit, was she born without a heart completely, or wait, what kept her alive in the first place to begin with? Did it live just in the nick of time to get the external pumping connected? No, the child was born with a weak heart, and they had to remove it, I think, or it was a failed transplant. I have to go into more details, but the child was born with a heart defect. Apparently, they already had a child that had a heart defect or something like that. It was quite a long story. I have to go into it and do another video on it in future. But that was a very interesting comment. And kind of goes to my point in the last video. How far do we go to artificially keep somebody alive? In the nature, you have natural selection, where the weak die off. And all we're doing with the natural selection switched off in humans because of our artificial interference and unnatural, keeping people alive that would normally die. All we're doing is weakening the gene pool and then making more incentive in future for the transhumanism agenda. Bodging the human race together with machines, like something out of the Repo Men, that movie where people have to buy and rent and pay off hundreds of thousands of pounds for artificial organs because they can't survive without it, and then you have like a whole entire race of people that basically are all part half machine, basically transhumans. And then you have these repo men that go around and whip out these organs, these artificial man-made organs, if the people can't pay their bills. Interesting. Anyway, more on that in future, and this in future. Transhumanism agenda and the victims of it, because this girl is a victim of it.